Good morning. Today I am getting ready to go out on a little camera expedition. Today I am using a really old Sony Handycam that I've had probably even before I had my first GoPro. I'm not sure. I've been sitting here this morning doing some editing. I got a video put together, just rendered it. I'll need to watch that later on and see what is going on, if I need to do some re-edit or not. 4:27 a.m. It's Friday. It's the 28th day of July. Just 2 more days after this, or 3 more days for the month of July. I'm getting ready to cook some breakfast. I got the cast iron skillets going over there. Gonna have steak and eggs for my breakfast. I got my backpack to get packed, and we got some equipment here. I have got the Canon 80D DSLR, and I had this Rode mic on it, but I took that off. I really don't use that microphone anymore. I bought it to increase or to improve the audio, because I was using this camera to film, to do the audio when I was doing sumo over the last a little over a year now. Year and a half when I was doing sumo, but that got shut down by YouTube because they didn't like it. So really I don't need that microphone, but I took it off and make it a little easier. I got my tripod, and then I got my nice little camera bag. I've had this for 5 or 6 years. I've got, almost knocked my little light over. So I got this really nice Canon lens. I showed you this before. It's a 70 by 300 telescopic lens. It's certainly not the best telescopic lens you can get, but it's a whole lot better than that tiny little 18 by 55. So we're gonna work with that. I've not had much luck using that, and we'll get it set up there if I can find a place to overlook the whole area and have some fun with that today. So I really don't know how this trip's going to work out. I haven't been up to this area for a long time. There used to be a gate. You had to park at the second gate, and you couldn't drive any farther than that. But apparently you can drive a lot farther than that now. But I don't know if those gates are open this time of day. But I want to be up there as the sun is coming up. So we'll have to see once I get up there and all that. I'm not going to take the GoPro Hero 9 with me today. I'm going to just take this Sony. And you'll notice there's a difference in quality of video. The GoPro's better in a way than this Sony is, but this Sony zooms and all that good stuff. So we're going to take it along today because I really don't ever use this thing anymore. So I'm going to get everything packed. I have to be leaving the house here by 5:15 in the morning, so that gives me 45 minutes to shove some food down my throat and get going and get everything going, because I have to go get gas before I take the drive up there. It's a ways to go, and the car's a little low on gas. All right, let's get my breakfast going. Okay, I think the small cast iron is all ready for a nice steak in there. That, of course, is going to take a while to cook. And since I'm not having hash browns anymore, this is the first item I will start. I'm going to miss my hash brown potatoes before I taught. And I'm for sure going to miss my hash brown potatoes. But it's something that I need to learn to live without. And I want to learn to live without it. Okay, let's drop our toast. About to drop my eggs. Let's put the pan back on. We're going to turn our steak over. It's getting a little far ahead of me. Put it back on the heat. Let's drop our eggs. Alright, here we go. There we go, egg number 1. Temperature's just about right. It could be a little bit hotter. Egg number 2. No broken yolks. That is good. We'll go ahead and turn this up a little bit. Right, a couple fried eggs, a steak, and my missing hash browns. I'll get over it eventually. They just are so good with eggs and steak and bacon and sausage and all kinds of good stuff that I really can't be having anymore. Right. Preparing to butter toast. We got my vitamins there to take. Right. Go. A little too early yet. But it's not too early. Take this nice looking steak out. That's actually got a fair amount of fat and gristle on it. That might be a little difficult, but it's still going to be a good steak. A lot of protein here. I'm going to leave this on the burner for a little while. You can see it's smoking a little bit. Just trying to burn that leftover steak parts out of there, and that's the best way to do it. And then you can just park your pan overnight, and then next day bring it up to temperature, and that stuff will come out of there really nicely. That toast got a little, oh, it's perfect. All right, we need to fixate on our eggs now. We're just about ready to start turning these over. Let's break them loose. There we go. At first, they are sticky, but it doesn't take too much to break them loose. There we go. Now we could just slide those all over the pan. They will no longer stick, but they'll stick to the spatula sometimes. Okay, just a little bit longer, then we'll turn those over. I can turn that off now because that's going to stay hot. We'll butter our toast. Been watching another episode of Bonanza this morning. Actually, I started it last night, yesterday during lunch, and watched a little bit more during dinner. And today we're going to pick it up where we left off yesterday. Bonanza's good stuff. I always like Bonanza. Haas, of course, Dan Blocker was my absolute child hero. I was 12 years old when he passed away in 1972. Broke my heart. Okay, those appear to be pretty darn done there. There we go. They're a little bit stuck after you flip them over, but they're not too stuck. And there's a little bit of stuckness in there. And again, if we just leave our pan on the burner, I've already turned it off, leave our pan on the burner and let that kind of warm up, that will come out of there very good a little bit later on. And we'll just have to re-season it, put some new oil in there, and there will be. Okay, there is our steak and 2 eggs. I've already salt and peppered them a little bit. And we're going to head over here where we got our toast. Need to get our glass of milk. And we're going to watch an episode of Bonanza. Continuing on with an episode called The Younger Brother's Younger Brother. Strother Martin, and I don't know who that other guy is, I forget. This is a comedy from that's Ted Gehring there on the right, a favorite actor of mine. And this is from season 13, the last season that Haas was in before he passed away.